Shalom, call Yahaba Shem Shah, Shalom to the left. Now this video is a quick video going into how these so-called false prophets and false leaders are out and they cause our people to error. And I happened to see this one video. This guy, Ben Carson, they say his name was something else. So he could be set up to be an agent or something, agent for confusion, and who knows. But this is confusion right here. Now, it says Moses' real name. Now, I clicked on it because I want to see if he knew his real name.
In Egypt, while he was... Moses is not the real name. That's the made-up name. It really...
And you would think all this knowledge this guy has, he would know Moses.
This is not the real name. That's the made-up name. It really was Pharaoh Akhenaten, who was ushering in monotheism in Egypt while he was a pharaoh, worshiping Amen-Ra, the great Amen. Amen-Ra was one of these Anunnaki.
And see, one key indicator, right, so you know who the people are of the scriptures, right? Wherever our people go, we build up that society. So let me get a preset real quick. I want to say it's in the book of Leviticus, if I'm not mistaken. Give me 1 minute. Or maybe in Exodus. The book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 11 says, "Therefore did they set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, pt1 and Ramses." Who built those cities? Let's go back. And you have similar stuff going on to this day. A lot of people participate in construction, brick masons, carpentry, so to speak. Now, I'm not saying that we all do it, but predominantly a lot of people take part in that because it pays well and it actually be lucrative for a lot of people. Now, verse 10 it says, come on. Matter of fact, let me go to verse 9. It says, and he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. We look at the world today, who are more and mightier than these heathens? Our people are all over the earth, inspire the whole earth. People want to rap, people want to sing the way we sing, wear their hair the same way, their clothes the same way, participate in the same stuff we participate in. Wherever our people go, these heathens follow suit, and that's just what it is. The Most High set it up like that. He set it up for us to be a peculiar people and be above all nations, even with us being in a lower state. Esau and the rest of these heathens, they have to consult with us. They have to deal with us. As much as they hate us, they still want to be like us and deal with us. Now, reading on in verse 10, it says, come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get up out of the land. Which that happened throughout history. You had some revolts in the military. I want to say the one movie was called 23 or 21, something like that. Don't quote me on the exact number, but I remember it was a certain number. And it was a platoon based down in Texas. They learned all this stuff, came back from the war, was so-called military police in the town. I want to say they was veterans, whatever they were. They was part of the military. And the police didn't fuck with them because they're like, look, y'all still niggas at the end of the day. Hopefully Esau don't strike my video for that, but they may. But they say y'all still niggas. And y'all don't have no authority just because y'all military police or whatever. I think that's what they were, military police. So they beat on them and this and that, and an uprising took place. movie actually a good movie, but I ain't gonna get too much into that detail. So if you're gonna look it up, I want to say the movie is called 20. It's either 21 or 23. It may be 22. It's one of those numbers. It was talking about a certain platoon. But Esau know that then. Even them heathens knew that then. They know that now because they know how our people are. Eventually, we're gonna rebel. Spiritually first, and then you have some of our people that get carnal with it. That's just in our spirit. And the Most High put the spirit on our people to do so. Verse 11, it said, therefore did they set over them taskmasters. So everywhere our people go, you have somebody that's over them. That's why a lot of people try to break away and become entrepreneurs and have their own businesses. You have taskmasters, modern term, managers, district managers, CEOs, all this different stuff. They usually be over our people, monitoring our people, whether it be in the work field, military, Air Force, whatever, Navy, Army, Amazon, wherever. They be over our people. It says in verse 12, but the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. Look at that today. They try to create Planned Parenthood, but it backfired. You had Edomite women getting pregnant and killing the babies more than our women kill the babies. Even though our women participate in that. But they want to, even though our women to go do that shit 2 or 3 times, they still pop out with 2, 3, 4 babies. So Esau go do that. Their fertility rate is super low. And by the time they destroy their womb, then they become non-fertile and they can't produce babies. And Esau know that shit. So they try to give our people little goodies and so-called rights and to blind people to think everything cool to try to offset this. Because they know the more they afflict us, the more our people... And one thing, when you're going through affliction, you stressed out. Most people want to enjoy having sex. It's like, man, you give it your woman, or if you have numerous women, you're getting it in. You stressed out like, man, I'm finna take the stress out of my woman. And relieve that tension, that stress. Your woman too. If she's stressed out, she ready to get that holy ride. And that's just what it is. And back then, that was going on then. A lot of people was having babies back to back to back to back. Now it says, and they will grieve because of the children of Israel. Why? Because more babies, more people you got to feed. Just like what's going on now, they want to depopulate because they're like, oh, it's too many people being born. What people being born? Our people being born. It says, and the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And ever since then, in prior societies that were set up, our people been serving with rigor. Even still to this day. We're working all these hours, going to the plantation, modern plantation. Not getting compensated how they supposed to be getting compensated. This stuff still goes on. So you have this guy talking about Moses' real name and he was the Egyptian. Moses wasn't no Egyptian. This is a false doctrine. This causes confusion. Let me get a precept real quick. Book of Matthew chapter 7 verse 15, it says, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening in wolves. This guy, I don't tell him who all he really be dealing with for real. Spreading this bullshit. Let's see if I can find it real quick.